gonna show you guys how to catch some live shrimp, some of the best saltwater bait you can find. From anything from trout, redfish, flounder,
sheephead. Oh, they love it, man.
Anything eating.
It's free too. Just all you need is a cast net. We're gonna show you where to find these, some techniques so you get some more, and just our process. And we're having a good time out here.
Look out.
What's up, everybody? Today we are doing some live bait fishing with shrimp. Shrimp's the best bait in the world, and if you can get it live, the fish are gonna be biting. So right now we're just using some cast nets. It's really low tide right now, and just coming up in these creeks. The shrimp like to hide out in these creeks. It provides them some protection. So you can see all this movement on top of the water. All it takes is just one little net. He's a small one, but that's not a good bait size. We'll let him go, but got some nice bait.
Basically, you can find clams, crabs, oysters. There's likely going to be shrimp there. And we like to come out low tide because that's when there's the least amount of water, so it concentrates in the most. So you can see we're out here in this marsh at low tide. Found this nice pool of water. Got a couple deep holes in it. We're just targeting the muddy banks by the grass, and we've been catching them all up in this hole right here. And you can really hear them just pop, especially if you're in the water. You hear the popping noise. And that's a good indication there's going to be shrimp in there.
What makes this creek really special is that it holds water during low tide. That's one of the things we talk about. That's why we come out during low tide to check creeks that hold water. Check out this hole. It's dead low tide right now. And this is why this hole's so good. It goes from about feet to maybe chest deep. And so we're just throwing our cast nets right in the deep spot, letting it sink all the way to the bottom. Just pulling in as quick as possible. We're letting it sink all the way to the bottom, making sure we get all the shrimp under that column. Oh yeah! Woo. There's our live shrimp. That's what we're going for. We're gonna rig them up underneath the popping cork. We'll show you how to do that. It's gonna be on. All right, when going for shrimp, one of the most important things is to have a nice cast net. Wider the better, obviously. You're going to cover more water. And then the smaller mesh holes is going to be key for the shrimp, just because they get really skinny. And that'll help you catch more shrimp, obviously. Less will be escaping your net. And then we've also found like the cloth cast nets actually hold them better because they're hooks. They're kind of horns and feet get kind of tangled up in the cloth a lot better than this nylon material. So the cloth one works really well on the shrimp. We're using about, I think, 3/8 inch mesh size. You'd probably want to go down a mesh size. But we're using 5-foot cast nets. Those are my favorite cast nets to use. They're not too, like, I have a 6-foot. That 6-foot's a little too cumbersome, and it's a lot harder to throw repeatedly. But when I'm using my 5-foot, it's super easy just to flick, 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 and catch a lot of shrimp just like that. For our recommended cast nets, go check the description down below, and we'll show you what cast nets we like to use.
Get yourself a good bait bucket. Keep the shrimp alive. They're actually pretty hardy. And you can keep them out overnight. And this will be good in the morning.
You know, good thing about this technique, you got 2 people throwing nets and then 1 person just picking up shrimp and putting it in your bait bucket.
I'm the 3rd person.
Makes it really simple.
The nice thing is the closest bait store that sells shrimp is like an hour away.
Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
You said shells, shells.
So we're pretty much the only ones using live shrimp. That's giving us the advantage here.
Alright. We got some birds in there, yo. You just gotta try and cast net them.
What?
Shrimp can jump, man. You gotta watch out for those birds, you know, eyes in the sky. They'll start coming around trying to snatch your food. You gotta put like a towel or something on top. That usually helps. Or just have another person guarding it.
That's me. Don't forget to save the baby shrimp so you can come back and catch them next year.
We got 2 nice shrimp.
Whoa.
That's what you're going for. These are pretty good bait size right here. Good shrimp. I know this is gonna be a good cast. Patience, man. It's all about that patience. Let that baby sink. Pull real quick.
That looks like what you get at the grocery store. Four.
Just throw the cast net a couple times. We've been getting 5 or 6 shrimp with each cast. But just keep casting it until you get your quota that you need and you're ready to go fishing.
Wow, that's a big one.
Alright, so while catching the shrimp, we just put in a big 5-gallon bucket because it's easy. But to store them, we transfer them from the big old 5-gallon bucket to the bait bucket, and that allows us to tie it to the pier or wherever we're storing them overnight and keep them in the water so that they stay alive.
Yeah, we were trying to use just like dead shrimp. We were using fiddler crabs. Fiddler crabs did all right, but the dead shrimp, the difference between dead shrimp and live shrimp is like night and day, man. As soon as we started using that live shrimp, we used all of our bait in like 10 minutes. Uncle Andy was catching those red drums. You should check out that video. It's just super simple tips. Once you got this live shrimp, you catch a lot of fish using it. Pro tip, wear your gear when you're going out. You know, we got all these oysters around. That would be nice and good, right on the water. It'll be tweaking. Oh, see look at that, oh, man! No better bait than that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What do we think? What do we got? Feels kind of nice. All right, and so that's how you catch some live shrimp. Check out some other videos where we show you how to fish with them. Hook up on some redfish, flounder, and every other saltwater type of fish that like shrimp. We'll see you next time. Oh yeah.